Did you know that nearly 60% of Americans have less than $1,000 saved for an emergency? Or that the average American household spends about $5,000 every year just on dining out? These shocking statistics highlight a bigger problem: most people aren't building wealth. Instead, they're stuck in a cycle of spending, debt, and missed opportunities. But it doesn't have to be this way. There's a system that anyone can follow to break free from financial stress and build lasting wealth. It's not about having a high-paying job or getting lucky. It's about smart choices, consistent habits, and long-term planning. In this guide, you'll discover the strategies that wealthy people use every day. From mastering the basics of money management to learning how to invest for growth, we'll break it all down step by step. By the end, you'll have a clear path to financial freedom. Ready to change your financial future? Let's get started. Chapter 1. The foundation of financial literacy. Achieving lasting wealth starts with understanding how money works. Financial literacy is the bedrock of making smart decisions with your money. Many people struggle financially because they don't grasp key concepts like budgeting, saving, and investing. In fact, a 2022 study found that 61% of Americans are financially illiterate. That's a huge barrier to financial freedom. Financial literacy doesn't just mean knowing how to manage your money. It's about understanding the bigger picture. It's about knowing what tools can help you grow wealth over time, from budgeting apps to investment strategies. But the most important part is your mindset. The wealthy think differently about money. They see it as a tool to create opportunities, not just something to spend. A simple but powerful rule is, pay yourself first. It's easy to forget, but saving should come before anything else. If you put money into savings or investments first, you'll be less tempted to spend it on unnecessary items. This mindset change is a game changer for many people. It's not about how much you make, but how much you keep. According to the Federal Reserve, 40% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency with cash. This shows how crucial it is to prioritize building savings. Even if it's just a small amount at first, setting aside money regularly creates good financial habits. One way to get started is by creating a simple budget. This doesn't have to be complicated. Track your income and expenses, and allocate a percentage to savings. Over time, you'll begin to see how small changes can make a big difference in your overall wealth. Chapter 2. The power of living below your means. Living below your means is a key strategy for financial success. It's tempting to upgrade your lifestyle as you earn more, but doing so often keeps people trapped in a cycle of financial struggle. The average American spends 95% of their income, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. That leaves very little room to build wealth. Wealthy people tend to avoid lifestyle inflation. They know that if they can keep their expenses in check, their wealth will grow faster. You don't have to live like a hermit to save money, but cutting out unnecessary spending can add up over time. For example, instead of buying the latest tech gadget, save or invest that money. An easy way to start is by tracking your discretionary spending. This includes things like dining out, entertainment, and impulse purchases. According to a 2023 study, the average person spends nearly $3,000 annually on dining out. Imagine redirecting some of that money into investments or savings. Here's a fun fact. According to a survey by Schwab, only 28% of millennials live paycheck to paycheck, compared to 45% of Gen Xers and 58% of baby boomers. Millennials, who have embraced smarter budgeting and saving habits, are proving that it's possible to break the cycle of overspending. Remember, it's about making intentional choices. You don't need to live like you're broke, but think long-term. The small sacrifices now will pay off in the future. Keeping your expenses below your income helps you create a financial cushion that can weather life's inevitable surprises. Chapter 3. The importance of investing for long-term growth. Investing is one of the most powerful ways to build wealth over time. Many people fear investing because they think it's too complicated or risky. But here's the truth: investing wisely is not as hard as it seems. In fact, the key is consistency and time. According to a 2022 study by Vanguard, 78% of long-term investors who stuck with a diversified portfolio outperformed the market over a 10-year period. One of the best ways to start is with index funds. These funds offer a way to invest in the broader market without having to pick individual stocks. A study by Morningstar found that 94% of active fund managers underperformed the market over the past 15 years. Index funds are a great way to get the same returns, often with lower fees. Compound interest is your best friend when it comes to investing. The earlier you start, the more your money can grow. The average annual return of the S&P 500 has been around 10% over the long term. If you start investing early, your money will begin to snowball, growing faster as it compounds. Consider this example. If you invest $500 a month starting at age 25 with an average return of 8%, you could have over $1.1 million by the time you're 65. That's the power of compound interest. But remember, successful investing isn't about timing the market. It's about consistency and sticking with it, even when things get rocky. The market will have ups and downs, but if you stay invested, you'll likely see positive returns in the long run. Another key investment strategy is diversification. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread your investments across different asset classes, such as stocks, bonds, and real estate. This helps minimize risk and smooths out the bumps during market downturns. In fact, a well-diversified portfolio has historically seen lower volatility and better long-term growth. Investing doesn't need to be complicated, and it's never too early to start. The sooner you begin, the more time your money has to grow. It's a strategy that can work for anyone, no matter their income level. Whether you're just starting or looking to build a more robust portfolio, investing is one of the most reliable ways to create lasting wealth. By learning to invest early and wisely, you can set yourself up for financial independence and peace of mind in the future. If you want more expert tips and detailed strategies, make sure to subscribe and stay updated. Chapter 4. Building multiple income streams. Having just one source of income is risky. Building multiple income streams can make a huge difference in your financial security. According to a 2021 survey by Bankrate, 45% of Americans have more than one income source. Diversifying your income can reduce reliance on a single paycheck and create more opportunities to grow your wealth. One popular way to add extra income is by starting a side business. Whether it's freelance work, selling products online, or consulting, a side hustle can provide extra cash flow. In fact, 30% of people in the US earn income from side jobs, according to a report by Gallup. Real estate is another way to create multiple income streams. Buying rental properties can give you monthly cash flow while building equity over time. According to the National Association of Realtors, 35% of US homeowners own more than one property, and real estate continues to be one of the most profitable ways to create long-term wealth. Another option is dividend investing. When you buy stocks in companies that pay dividends, you receive regular payouts from their profits. The average dividend yield for US stocks in 2023 is around 2%. While that might not seem like a lot, over time it can add up significantly, especially when you reinvest those dividends. Finally, consider creating digital assets, like an online course or ebook. Once created, these products can earn money passively for years to come. The digital course market is booming, with a 12% annual growth rate. By leveraging your expertise, you can generate income while you sleep. Creating multiple income streams may seem overwhelming at first, but the key is to start small. Over time, you can scale your efforts and increase your earnings. The goal is to build a portfolio of income sources that can support you, even during tough times. Chapter 5. Building assets that generate wealth. Assets are the building blocks of lasting wealth. While income is important, it's assets that provide the long-term growth. Real estate is one of the most reliable assets to build wealth. According to a study by the National Bureau of Economic Research, homeownership is one of the top ways to create financial stability and generational wealth. Over 60% of wealthy individuals own real estate, and many consider it a cornerstone of their investment strategy. But you don't need to be a real estate mogul to start building assets. Stocks are another powerful asset. The S&P 500, which tracks the 500 largest publicly traded companies in the US, has historically returned about 10% annually over the long term. This makes it a solid option for investors looking to build wealth over time. Bonds are another great way to generate steady returns. While not as high risk as stocks, bonds provide a more stable income stream. U.S. Treasury bonds, for example, have a low risk and offer modest returns, making them an ideal asset for risk-averse investors. You can also build wealth through intellectual property. Creating a product or service that generates royalties can provide a steady stream of income. Authors, musicians, and inventors often earn significant royalties from their work. In 2022, global royalties from music reached $23.5 billion, showcasing just how lucrative this form of asset building can be. Building assets takes time and effort, but it's one of the most effective ways to grow your wealth. The key is to focus on assets that appreciate over time and generate passive income. Real estate, stocks, bonds, and intellectual property are all proven vehicles to create long-lasting wealth. Chapter 6. Mastering the art of tax efficiency. One of the most overlooked ways to keep more of your wealth is by mastering tax efficiency. The tax code is complex, but understanding it can help you retain more of your earnings. In 2021, Americans paid over $3.5 trillion in taxes, yet many miss out on legal strategies to reduce their tax burden. One simple but effective strategy is contributing to tax-deferred retirement accounts like a 401k or an IRA. These accounts allow your money to grow without being taxed until you withdraw it in retirement. The average 401k balance in 2023 is around $100,000. But those who take full advantage of tax-deferred accounts often accumulate much more over time. Another tax-saving strategy is investing in tax-efficient funds. Index funds, for example, generally have lower turnover than actively managed funds. This means they generate fewer taxable events, making them more tax-efficient. In fact, according to a study by Vanguard, investors who focus on tax-efficient investing strategies could save up to 1.5% annually in taxes. Real estate investors can also take advantage of tax benefits. For instance, you can deduct property-related expenses, including mortgage interest and maintenance costs, from your taxable income. Additionally, real estate depreciation allows you to write off the decrease in property value, which can lower your tax liability. For those who own businesses, using tax deductions to lower taxable income is essential. Business owners can deduct expenses like office supplies, travel, and employee wages, which can significantly reduce their tax burden. In 2020, small businesses in the U.S. took advantage of over $1 trillion in tax breaks, showing how impactful these strategies can be. Using tax-efficient strategies is one of the best ways to keep your wealth intact. With a little knowledge and planning, you can lower your taxes and have more to invest in your future. The goal isn't to avoid taxes but to legally minimize them while maximizing your wealth-building potential. If you enjoyed these tips and want more insights on how to grow your wealth, don't forget to subscribe and get updated with the latest strategies.